Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are listening to this. Episode 28. It is the official first episode of the new season, Senior.
That is indeed.
Are you
Looking
excited?
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you are.
I think when I must admit I was a bit gutted that a lot of guys weren't coming back. I thought we'd built the nucleus of a good team last season.
Doro.
we knew that everybody wasn't going to come back, but I thought we'd have maybe built it right down the middle, you know. A couple of guys at the back, a couple of guys up front, and then even, dare I suggest, even more in the goal. And then build around that and see what happens. But it's been basically a start from scratch, apart from what the Brits, Dryden.
Yeah.
And that's it. And Sonch, yeah. It's near enough a brand new team again. And I just don't know what to expect. And as the signings came through, I was always waiting on a big marquee signing, and it didn't happen. And I was a bit meh, to be honest with you. But it's getting closer now. So yeah, really looking forward
and
to
you're
it
getting
now.
the bug. We'll get into the roster obviously, but I think it was always going to happen. New coach, new GM coming in. You'll want to put his stamp on the club and how he wants to go forward. But yes, it's nearly a hockey season.
Yeah.
This weekend, it's Saturday or Sunday, whenever we get home games. Hockey's back. No sitting in the house doing absolutely nothing. No sitting being depressed over United's results, Larzo.
I think you're still lucky. I've got United and Everton. You know what I mean?
Well, saying that, Liverpool are just as bad just now. And our both haven't picked up a win yet either. So
no. So basically,
very good for our teams.
No, we just like to follow shite.
Yeah. Let's just hope the Stars on the then. Let's just hope we can get some wins at the Stars. Yeah. But hockey season's coming back, thank God. But before we get into things, we need to give we wouldn't really give a shout out to rivals, but we've got a new podcast that's came out yesterday, a couple of days ago.
I think. Yep.
The guy Callum, Chris, and Ben, the new Fife Flyers webcast. Was it Blue, White, and Gold?
Blue, Gold, and Yellow is whatever it is. Yeah.
Blue, White, and Gold.
Something like that.
Yeah. Good to see another fan-run podcast and a club podcast. Okay, they're not run by the club, but it's endorsed by Fife, which is really good to see.
Really
they've had Duty on the first episode.
Yeah, fantastic. We've had 28 episodes and not got anybody.
Well, ex-players and GB hockey legend Robert Dowd.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little moment again with Dowdy. Yeah. But good to see that the Flyers have endorsed it. And Todd was on and giving his wee bit in that about the club. But you know what? I actually listened to it, and I'll tell you, Todd spoke a very good. I think he always has spoke a good game, and maybe whether he's followed through on it or not. But listening to him, he sounded like he had a bit of, a bit of breath of fresh air about him, a renewed energy in him for this season. And some of their signings, I'm not surprised that he's excited for it.
Now, so they've obviously got their new podcast. They've got Todd involved. We get ours. We've got to go down the road of the ex-players, etc. Do you think Hutch will come on us?
We could ask Hutch. We could ask him. He's your friend on Twitter. He's your friend on Twitter.
Yeah, he is. So
we might maybe give Omar a shout.
Why not? But
maybe give Pash a shout, the new CEO of Nottingham. Maybe get him on for a bit.
I think we'd obviously been in conversation with the Flyers guys on Twitter ourselves, and it looks like they're going to be up for it. That when it comes to meaningful, not the pre-season game, but certainly the meaningful games, the late league games, when they start to come around, they might even do it for maybe the early Challenge Cup games. That we're going to do sort of like a joint podcast, which would be good. So if Fife were at home, the Flyers were at home, we would be the guests on there. podcast, and when the Stars are at home, they could be the guests on our podcast. We'll take it from there, and we'll get a bit of banter. That's for sure.
Aye, well, we got it when Duffy came on, so that was good.
Yeah.
And I think the boys will be the same. You know, it was a good listen. And they say they'll only grow and grow as well. You know, they're trying to grow the club a bit. You know, Fife have been stuck in the dark ages for a while now. So social media has always been a bit poor on their side. So getting a podcast, free publicity for the club, is it?
Definitely.
So
definitely. And speaking about dark ages, what about Guildford? Guildford streaming games.
I know.
Shocker,
Got a live stream for Guildford. Wow. Now everyone will go and see how shit the rink is.
Yeah, that's the only
streams.
That's the only thing.
Those who have never been,
Mind you, we've never. This will be the first time doing it. They'll probably just blank out and just say commentary, so nobody can actually watch the game.
It's just a radio.
For those of you watching in black and white,
I think they've still got those mint green seats.
Oh God, no.
Because they were hideous, absolutely hideous. But let's get it. You know, it's a new season, so obviously we always have a look at into the roster and stuff. Who we've signed. Larzo, I hope you've got your stats in that.
I've got nothing.
Absolutely,
I've got absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So obviously we know.
Listen, you've just hit me with this like about 20 minutes ago. Here's the link. I knew we were going to do a podcast, but you're like, there's a link. What we're speaking about? We're speaking about the team. Okay.
Obviously, it's the week before the season starts. Well, we'll start with one man, the man that's come in, head coach, general manager, Jeff Mason. You know, what's your thoughts around the appointment of him anyway? Because I don't think we've actually really spoke about it yet. So what's your thoughts around Mason being the new head coach and replacing Pash?
I think it's certainly sort of any of these things. He's there as he's been a good assistant coach to Kiefer at Belfast, right? He's a very experienced player, very experienced D-man. He done a lot at Belfast, and when we announced him, I thought, wow, we've went out of our way to get this guy. I think it's a good move for Jeff as well to step up to step up from assistant of Belfast to head coach of Dundee. Now, people might think, well, Dundee's not as big as Belfast, but the role that he's taken on is a bigger role at Dundee than what he's got at Belfast. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of those things that it'll go one of two ways. It'll work out absolutely magnificently for him, or it could fall flat on its face. Obviously, I hope it's the first one that really works out.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with Mason, it's, you know, if he coaches the team to play the way he played, they'll be successful. You know, he was always quite a gritty wee player, and he was a good D-man. You know, pitched in here and there with some points in that. And having someone like Adam Keefe as your head coach to kind of study under him. You know, obviously Adam's brothers in the NHL as well, so you know they've got the hockey knowledge. So for him to learn it from Kiefer, again, if we get a Belfast type of team, then I think we'll be laughing.
I think he's vastly experienced. Vastly experienced. Hockey knowledge will be fantastic. I think as a general manager, I think the only thing that sort of surprised me, to be honest with you, is when he's been doing the interviews, and I know that there's been a lot going on because he's been in Belfast, he's went back home, he's trying to move to Dundee. I always felt that Omar was very, very camera friendly, and Omar could chat and chat and chat. I think Kiefer was the same. Kiefer could chat and chat, and I think probably this is probably Jeff's first time of having to do this, and he's got to put his cell out there. And sometimes that he seemed to come across as maybe nervous more than anything else.
But
listen, I couldn't care less how he speaks. right, on a camera.
Get results.
It's the results. It's the results on the ice that'll do me. If he could have a car crash every single game after the way he speaks, but if the team wins, who cares?
Yeah.
I think he said it himself. You didn't win trophies for social media.
No,
you win trophies for winning games.
Yeah. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of winning games, I'll actually look at the team. Start off with our netminders. So I assume would be starting goalie. Your import number 28, Anton Svensson. But looks a bit like, I'll say a loose cannon, but knowing the sense of
yes.
Running about like an idiot, but yeah, a bit of a loose cannon. I've seen videos diving about trying to get pucks and his goal. And listen, I can hear the people behind were already shouting, "Get back in your goal!" I can hear it already. I've not even seen him play yet, and I can hear them already shouting it because he's going to be. Remember, Mo did it a few times. Came out, played the puck behind the net. Same with Leclerc. This guy is going to be a lot more. Hands-on with the puck control and coming diving at his goal and fast break on the breakaways and stuff. So I'm looking forward to him. Looking at his stats, I don't think he's played, his games hasn't been as many games as the Elite League season.
Yeah.
So that'll be a big kind of question mark on him. Can he cope the full season? Obviously, we've got another goalie, which we'll come on to, obviously, but Britton's there. Will we be expecting, split ice time a lot? I don't know yet. It depends on obviously how Svensson is and how he starts.
Yeah.
But a lot of games for him to play.
I totally agree with you. I think what he's going to play here will be a lot more than he's ever played in a season. My mindset at the moment is, I think Jeff's probably seen Britton last year when he had that run in the team and thought, this guy could maybe play 20-25% of the games. And if you take 25% of Svensson's games out, then he's maybe coming in closer to what he's played in a normal season.
Yeah. And as we said, Mo's in the country from September, October time. He's at uni in Dundee without a team. Is it potentially worth even having him on a maybe pay as you play deal? Maybe a few games here or there if both goalies are tired.
There's nothing stopping. There's nothing stopping the club from signing him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And tying him down to us. I was speaking to, and Coral. I was speaking to Coral in the work.
Coral.
And we were speaking about the team in general, and I was speaking about sort of my concern was the size than anything else. And I don't know how Coral's seen this, right? But seemingly that Svensson is absolutely ripped. And I don't know how she knows. Yep. She knows. Now,
we're going to have to get a wee inquisition going here to find out why Coral knows that.
It might be that maybe young Ben, does young Ben know about Coral's daughter or something?
Well, I've heard that Svensson isn't here yet.
Yeah, well, seemingly he's ripped.
So
I don't know how she knows.
Unless he's here now, but
seemingly he's quite ripped. So he might be our tough guy.
Well, he's a loose cannon in one sense, so he might be a loose cannon in another.
Yeah, why not?
But he's obviously his partner in crime, Britton Priest. Good to see Britton back again. Obviously, there was talk about him leaving the club. I think there was offers on the table to go elsewhere, whether that was UK, other places in Europe or that. But I heard there was. I've just realised who's in that fucking picture. It's the boy fucking Ferguson. The boy Ferguson. Honestly, if I knew that, I would have cropped him right out. Aye. Britton, great to have him back, and I think he will step in a lot more this year.
I think so.
Give Anton that break.
I think you'll find that
we should have done a wee bit more with Mo last season as well.
Yeah, and as I say, I think that it happened last year because of Mo's injury, and it had to happen And I think maybe Jeff's seen that, maybe the owners have seen it, and they've thought, you know what, we probably really need to get this kid back because we know what he could do. And I think we'll see him playing more games this year than what he's probably ever played.
Yeah, probably. But no, I'm happy he's back. I think he's
definitely.
I don't like to use the word backup for him but you know, as an elite league club, you know, the Brits are always known as the backup, unfortunately. But you know, as your second choice goalie, you know, I think it's a great one. You know, over the years, teams have always struggled to get a solid British netminder as their second choice goalie. You know, there's no reason why Britton can't really push on and start pushing to be a number one goalie in the league. Certainly for the bottom end kind of mid-table clubs. So happy I'm back.
Britton could be thinking the same.
Yeah,
this could be a breakout season for Britton as well. You know, I think he'll be chapping at Jeff's door, asking for more ice time and things like that. So really, for us, for me and you, it's another Welshman. We've got two Welshmen now. Best on earth. We've got one at Tannadice. We've got one at Dundee Ice Arena.
Honest to God.
Just to annoy them. They're all listening. They know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll move on from that one. Because let's be honest. United are shite. So next up, start of the decor. So number 3, Ryan Verrier. Assuming it is going to be Ole, Ryan Verrier. University of New Hampshire. He was an alternate captain in his last year, and played 8 games in the ECHL with the Worcester Railers.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to seeing this guy.
I think, you know, he's going to be one of our, I think probably one of the top end D-men for the team this year. Again, you don't just make eight games in the ECHL, but 8 games when you're still in the NCAA is an absolute credit to a player. So I think, you know, he'll be a solid signing for us. Not a lot of points, but also not a lot of penalty minutes. So obviously, I think he's just a good, steady, stay-at-home D-man, but will probably want to jump up in the rush when he can.
Yeah, I think when you look at all the sort of newer D-men that have come in, but certainly this guy reminds me of Jeff Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the sort of the background that he's got, and I think the role that I think Jeff's expecting him to play, I think he's going to be very, very similar to actually being like Jeff when Jeff played it. I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy.
There was one thing that did come across my mind when I saw the pictures of him. Now, usually every season, Ashley Davidson has one player that she takes a wee fancy to.
Right.
And Ryan Verrier, I hope no, because if he's a good player, we didn't want her chasing him off like she did with what's his face.
Every one of them. What season would you like to start at? We're only joking, Ashley. We're only kidding.
But Ryan Verrier, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Next one, I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit surprised about the next one, considering that the name that was coming out of Fife to join us was Blumenshine. But number 5, Naslund. Eric Naslund. I need to stop. I keep going to call him Marcus Naslund. No, we all wish, I think. Eric Naslund. What's your thoughts on that one, Larzo? It's a strange one for me, I thought.
It's quite a surprise. I always thought, initially, when we started playing Fife at the start of the season, or even when you looked at 5 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was goals scored against Fife when the opposition were on the power play, it was Naslund that was in the penalty box. And I always thought it was silly wee things. It was hooking. It was holding. It looked like laziness. I'm hoping, right, that he just didn't show what he could do because
he
he
played
was
with
in a
shite.
shit Fife team. Yeah.
You look at his
Let's
stats
not
for
be
last year. You look at his stats for last year, and he only actually had 58 penalty minutes in 54 games.
Yeah.
So, wasn't that
and a
many.
lot of them, I think a lot of them were at the start of the season.
Yeah. I think it was a bit like what Dowdy was saying about Kyle. At the start of the season, there was a lot of kind of not stupid stuff, some silly penalties taken, and maybe getting used to the standard of referee in the league against what their game is like. Maybe back when he was playing in Sweden and stuff, because he was never really a big penalty taker in the other leagues. But yeah, I thought I was expecting it to be Blumenschein. There was a lot of talk of Blumenschein, but I'm hoping that maybe again, like a Griffin, this could be a breakout season for Naslund. That he's got a lot of his experience in Sweden. It's been in the lesser leagues, but it's still more experience.
Yeah, what is he? 6 foot, 6'1" or something?
He's 6'1", yeah.
Yeah. Stick a pair of skates on him, he suddenly becomes 6'3", 6'4". So he's a big guy, yeah. He's a big guy. He'll do a job. He'll do a job. And that's all that matters. What happened the last season in Fife? Was he shite in Fife? Yeah, everybody was shite in Fife.
Yeah,
but
other than Shane Owen.
Other
than Shane Owen.
That's it. That's it.
But yeah, I'm hoping for good things for him, because
I think he's going to be.
We've all seen it. We've all seen it on social media when he announced that he'd signed, and he got a lot of heat for being Fife's worst D man. There was a lot of heat on social media. Listen, we're not here to sit and slate boys. We're not here to say they're absolutely they're the best player in the league, they're best in the world. But we've seen this guy play for Fife in a shit team. We've not actually seen him play. We've not seen him play for us. We've not seen any of these guys play for other than obviously guys that were here the year before. So it's a fresh slate for Naslund to try and go and cement his name and prove a lot of Stars fans wrong, but also a lot of Fifers, because the Fifers were happy that they got rid of him.
Yeah, he scored against us.
Yeah. A lot of Fife players scored against us last season.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think he's going to be the top D pair.
No.
But I think he potentially could be the third D pair.
Yeah. So moving on.
He goes. Yeah.
New assistant coach. It's number 6, Dryden Dow, back for his 4th season with the Stars. I didn't realise it was 4. But 4th
I'll
season.
fuck him now, eh?
He is. You actually seen it. I know that Dryden does hear things from this podcast, and I'm going to come out here and hope he doesn't take too much offence to it. But there was a video on Stars' Facebook story of him in between training today answering some questions and that.
I've seen that.
He's going a bit thin on the top.
Fuck look at you.
Hey, it's because I've had my hair cut. Again, complimentary of the 51 Club in St Andrews by former Dundee Stars defenseman Cam McGiffin. But yeah, Dryden, 4th season, the experienced one of the team, at the grand old age of 29.
It's ridiculous, is it?
I know.
Absolutely ridiculous. He's 2 years younger than you.
I know. You know what? I actually thought about this the other day, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way to Dryden, because he's not as good as this player, but he very much is becoming the Jeff Marshall of this club.
Yeah,
he's committed to the team.
Yeah,
he
just gets it. He gets it.
He gets it, and I think the fact that obviously his missus is from Scotland, and I think she was studying in Dundee. That's how they met and stuff. And again, many congratulations to the happy couple for their wedding in the off season. But she stays here. Her family's all here as well. I think they are Glasgow based, but he gets it. He's here. He's got a life here now. Whether he goes to maybe Clan in the future or Fife in the future or maybe even Edinburgh if they come back in the Elite League, you don't know. But he gets it and he's here and he's settled.
I would have been
which is great.
majorly surprised and majorly disappointed if Dryden Dow wasn't playing for us this year. Honestly.
Yeah.
For me, well, come on, I'm going to go back to Belfast. We remember the big banner they had? Adam Keefe. Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Dryden Dow. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Adam Keefe came over and played for Belfast and just got it. He just got it.
Yeah.
And Dryden Dow is exactly the same. He just gets it.
It was the same with Haas and Charlie. That's what we were saying last season. You know, there's guys that come over and they just get it. And you say Dryden, he does. And he probably looks like he loves it.
Dryden's getting it and then gets it again the following year and gets it again the following year. So he just gets it. Dryden, in my honest opinion, could play for any team in this league. I'm not saying he would be on the first line, but he could play for any team in this league.
I'm glad that COVID hit because obviously he signed for Coventry that season. So, we're glad COVID hit. We kept him. Happy Dryden's back. You know, he'll be as I say, the stalwart.
He's going to be a massive
stalwart
player
of the
for
club.
Us. Yeah.
And you know, it is a young team. This year, he is going to be the experienced one. The D men are going to look to him as the experienced guy, and obviously now assistant coach. And again, saying that he gets it, it just goes to show, you know, testament to him of the club that he's assistant coach. Happy days that Dryden's still here. Our next player is a boy for this logo behind us, former Ottawa junior senator, number 7, Devin Daniels, from Mercyhurst University. You know, I'm looking at his picture, right? Do you know what he looks like?
Who?
He looks like Jamal Watson. Looks like a younger Jamal Watson.
Yeah.
And I hope to God he plays like him because he is
some player.
You
took the words out of my mouth.
Might be a pussy, but he's a player.
Yeah. If he turns up and plays like Jamal Watson every game, I will be absolutely delighted with this kid.
Yeah.
He looks fast.
Yes, he does. Some of the videos that you see, he's quick.
He looks like a fantastic skater. And you could probably say, like, if you look through the decor, right, like Devin Daniels here, we're saying he's a good skater. Dryden's a fantastic skater. Mm-hmm. We probably think Ryan Verrier will be a fantastic skater. Whereas probably your Nasland, your Ingalls, and whoever the other D-man is going to come up soon, will be the stay-at-home D-man.
Yeah. Double D, as he's going to get nicknamed. Double D, Devin Daniels. Yeah, no, I am looking for him. He's going to be quick, and I think he's going to be one that I'll want to jump up in the rush. Possibly a power play type of guy as well. Looking forward to seeing him.
I think one thing that Jeff seems to have done is he seems to have got the right hand, left hand mix.
Yes.
Not like last season.
That'll shut up Mike Fulganon anyway about all these left-handers.
But listen, we all know Michael could spout fish on Twitter, right? But I'll tell you, the laddie was absolutely 100%. How many times did we struggle last year because we had too many D-men playing the offside?
Yeah.
David Daniels, another one,
And then one of our own, again, coming back, number 11, Chris Ingalls. You know, I think there's much we can actually say about Chris.
Yeah, he's certainly going to have a letter on his jersey, that's for sure. Guaranteed.
Yeah, no, we definitely. Again, he's going to be one of the experienced boys this year. Believe it or not. Still a young laddie himself. Still a kid. Probably will always be a kid in our eyes watching him from under 14s and whatever up. But yeah, there's nothing really much you can say about Chris. And you know what you're going to get. One, he's going to be solid, steady, stay at home D man. No take any shit, protect his goal at all costs, and let's just hope he doesn't miss too much with any injuries like last season.
Yeah, he's another like most of them. Like Garrigan will be the same. Like these guys are getting to play professional hockey on their doorstep.
Yep.
They could move. They could probably get moves elsewhere, but I think it's really good that the ice time that Chris gets is the minutes he logs up every game now.
Yep.
And I'm purely selfish. Why move away when you could get professional hockey on your doorstep? Play for your hometown club. And I know that hockey is a short career, and he might go in elsewhere in the future. He maybe had deal offers this year. I don't know. I think it's great that these guys are sticking it out because they must see something, or they would be away.
Yeah.
And it's actually just came to me who the other D-man is.
Yes. Well, wait, going to speak about him next.
Yeah.
This is one guy I'm actually really looking forward to. So next D-man is number 27, Colin Joe.
Not having it. I'm not having 27. Not having it. It's got to be 90.
I had no clue what you were on about. Is this an old person's thing?
Yes, it's an old cartoon from years ago. It was like, what else was that? Like Thunderbirds. Remember, like the Thunderbirds? There was a thing called Joe 90, and that's what it was.
Like Ben 10.
That was just shit. At least Joe 90 was believable. But that's what it was like. It was like Thunderbirds and things like that. Joe 90, the older fraternity got it, and I was. For me, that's what it should have came out.
None of the
young team had never got it. No, the young team had never got it. The young team's dads and granddads would have got it. And I was expecting them to wear number 90, and every time he come on the ice, the theme tune of Joe 90 played. But no, what do we do? We'll let him wear Paddy Lockie's number.
We'll let him wear Kevin Quick's number.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy.
This is the guy that's going to be the sort of the leader of the D-core, I think. I know Dryden's there, assistant coach and that, but I think Colin Joe's going to be he's going to be the old head at the back, the experienced guy at the back.
Yep. Yeah. So WHL, great standard for junior players coming through. The CIS and the Canadian universities, ECHL, VHL, KHL, and a gold medal with, believe it or not, China, the World Championships Division 2A. So we need to get some clarification from him as well where the link to China is. If it's just because he's played there for so long, or if it's a family heritage for China. I think it's maybe just sort of the length of time that he's played there, but 3 years. So it's 3 years, but
if we manage to get him on, we could always ask him.
Yeah, but listen, no Joe Blogg makes the KHL. The KHL is a very high standard league. A lot of new fans might not know too much about the KHL, but that's where a lot of NHLers either start from or go to maybe midway through, or when they know they're starting to maybe decline just that little bit and they kind of keep up with the pace of the NHL, they go to the KHL, but still a high standard.
Oh, definitely.
Ben O'Connor just made it.
Yeah.
To that.
That is close to being the next league before the NHL.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Certainly for sort of, let's say, the Russian type of player, the Russians, the Kazakhs, these guys that make it to the NHL, a lot of them have came through the KHL.
Yeah. So, really looking forward to seeing this guy. Again, another good opportunity for a young local Brit. Obviously, number 8, Ben Brown, announced as signing. Yeah. Ben did all right last season when he played the shifts he had to play. I think there was one game where he made one mistake and he was benched by Pash because it was resulted in a goal. But you know what? He's a young lad. He's still learning, and playing with guys that are like a Colin Joe. Okay, he's a D man, but Ben can play forward or D. The amount of knowledge that he'll get from him, Dryden, even Sonch. Ben will come up like he's already at a good standard. He'll come on leaps and bounds as well. But he's on two with the Comets still.
Right. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see where Jeff's going to play him.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to play him as a forward or if he's going to play him as a D man.
I think he'll play. I think he's going to. It's saying there it's a forward. I think he will play him as a forward. He signed him as a forward. Might slot him in on that fourth line. But yeah, another great chance for Ben. Again, he did show last season at times when he got limited ice time that he could do a job. With that, continue to develop his game. So yeah, moving on. Another returner, number 10, Bill Sonch. Yeah, what a signing he is again to come back. I've heard that he's looking like he's flying with pre-season.
I don't know. Someone tells me he might be the captain this year.
Okay.
Just there's someone, and just going through my head, he's a returnee, but he was the first to return. I think
is Dryden not captain then? That he's assistant coach.
I don't. I'm not. Well, who knows? But I don't think he can because what did Marquardt do? What was Marquardt?
Marquardt was captain.
But was he also announced as assistant coach? So maybe
so he might keep Dryden, but yeah. I think we spoke at the start of the show about not having certain guys back and stuff. But Sonch was a big one to come back.
Yeah, a lot of guys that have been up at training reckon that him and Barriga could.
Yes,
suddenly.
I reckon that's the top line. Seemingly they've been flying in pre-season so far. So yeah, happy to have Phil back.
Definitely. You know what? If Charlie wasn't coming back, then you're hoping he comes back. If Sonch never come back, you were hoping Charlie came back.
Yeah. But speaking of young players, a great opportunity for Johnny McBean. One player that we always said last season we thought should have been called up. Now and again, obviously there was a few injuries, and I thought Johnny could have done a great job. You see what he's done at the Comets. It's the SNL. We always say it's a bigger step up. Not really having that kind of league to bridge the gap, but Johnny, two-way with Solway, that'll certainly help bridge the gap a little bit.
Definitely, he'll get great coaching for his Spud. We know that.
Yeah,
he probably couldn't get a better coach to get him ready to be playing Elite League than in Spud Grub. You could see how many Solway players are that are on two-way contracts. So
great chance for Johnny to show what he can do.
Great chance for him. Yeah.
And I think what Jeff might do is he might rotate. He might switch him and Ben in and out. Maybe every other game, whatever. You play that one. Okay, Johnny plays the next one. But yeah, two great young players. It's come up through the ranks.
I hope they get played to their strengths.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them chipping it in, dumping chase. He's a natural scorer there.
Yeah, definitely.
And I hope they play to his strengths. And I know that if he comes in and he's going to be third line, probably this fourth line, if it takes off, and these guys are going to be racking points up left, right, and centre. But I just hope they don't change his game too much because he is a natural talent.
Yeah. So next signing, you called this one, and everyone laughed at you for calling it. Hugo Reinhardt, number 13. Oh, sorry. You said it was Griffin Reinhardt.
Oh, it was Griffin Reinhardt. That's right. I got the Reinhardt right. I'll tell you.
You didn't say it was Griffin. You just said it was Reinhardt. Yeah. But again, I think he's going to be a fairly decent player. Only 5'11", 26. He looks a lot older than 26. Had a hard paper round by the looks of it. But his history is, at a decent level, kind of through the youth teams. It's Frölunda that he's played with through the youth clubs. Frölunda, a massive club, that have produced some unbelievable players. And then goes on to the NCAA, comes back, plays in your pal Dowdy's league. Can you say it yet? The Hockey Owls fencing.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah,
the Swedish second division.
The Swedish second division. Yeah, I honestly think, not big points, but like Dowdy said, they don't put up big points in that league. I think he's going to be a good player. I could see him being the
Sebi.
I was waiting to say I could see him being the centre on that first line with Sonch and Bariga.
I'm looking at him thinking that he could be a Sebastian Bengtsson type player.
Mm-hmm.
For what we've heard, the Swedes aren't here yet, so we don't know when they're going to get here, but they're not here yet.
Brexit.
I just think that this guy, he could be an unsung hero.
Yeah.
Good pedigree, as you say. It might take a wee while, but he could be the absolute perfect foil for Sonch and for Bariga.
Yeah. I'm hoping, and I hope I'm not come back to bite me on the arse when I say this for towards the end of the season when we're doing our podcast, but I hope I've got a feeling that he's going to be that Mikael Liedhammer player, or our first season Johan Anderson. That just slots in and does all the dirty stuff, and the other guys on the line take the credit
and puts points up.
Because
Liedhammer was the same. Liedhammer was exactly the same. Yeah. You got to the end of the season and you looked at Liedhammer's stats and went, "Wow, how did that happen?
Yeah,
when did he score all these points?"
Yeah,
because you just seen the gritty stuff.
Yep, and that top line that we have, that could be the new yellow line. The Sonch, Reinhardt, Bariga could be that Farina, Liedhammer, and Switzer. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, another returner. We're Brit, number 15, one of our own, Craig Garrigan. Again, there's not much you can say about Craig. It's the same with Chris. You know what you're going to get with Craig. It's 100% every shift, trying his best to forecheck, back check, put the body on the line. I'm glad Craig's still here.
So do I.
Scottish teams, other than maybe Clan, because they can pick up bigger British players, but it's good that we've got somebody like Garrigan on our doorstep where we can just rely on having more local talent and what we've brought through the youth systems.
I think with Craig, he just keeps improving.
Yeah, every year.
Every year. He just keeps improving.
Yeah.
And that's all you could ask. That's all you could ask.
Yeah.
You really now, for me with Craig, I'd like to see that the effort that he puts in now turns into goals and points. That's all it's missing. Because the effort and determination is there.
Yeah.
He starts earning justice for the work rate that he goes through every game.
Yeah, and that's why the Supporters Club sponsor him every year. Fans love it. The fans appreciate everything that Craig does and the commitment he's got for the team. And it's the same with Chris, and it will be the same with Ben Brown, and it will be the same with Johnny McBean. They're local lads playing for their local professional team, and the team that they all watched and supported growing up through the Stars junior systems. you know. So yeah, happy Gary is still here.
Definitely.
Next one, we've already spoke about him. I can't wait to watch him. Number 17, Bariga. Elijah Bariga. What a player he's going to be. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. He is going to be a player.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Just watching the videos, the highlight reel videos of him, he looks shit hot. I just hope we get that. I just hope he doesn't come in and we coach the player out of him. I don't mean that as in Jeff. I just mean that we take the player out and we make him shit.
Yeah, I know, but
yes, I think he's going to be a Charlie, is he?
Yes, and I think he's maybe coming in probably a wee bit more reputation than Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
But really looking forward to seeing this guy. Like, this he could be the number one guy for us this year.
Yeah, it's just the name as well. What a name!
What a name!
Elijah Bariga. It's just brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's hoping that he is that player that we think he's going to be coming in. So next one coming in is your guy you called, number 25, Roman Semyonovs.
Yeah.
Let's have fun. Listen, Andy McCartney announcing that on Sunday if he's here.
I know. Another one. I'm not too sure what to make of this guy, to be honest with you. I'm looking sort of trying to get some background into him, and the closest I could probably get going back, and always go back to previous Stars players, is maybe Johan Bowman.
Yeah. Because Johan didn't come with a lot of points either.
Nope.
Bowman didn't have a lot of points and came in and lit the league up. One of the top goal scorers that season as well, I think. He was top 2, top 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, from the Hockey Allsvenskan, it's again, it's Dowdy said, not big points. So hopefully coming here, like what Seb did, that's what I'm really hoping. He is a Seb type of player
what he said, he's a big guy, right? Or he seems to be a big guy. But what Dowdy said was, this guy will skate.
Yeah.
I'm going to be unprofessional. I'm going to sneeze.
Well, at least mute yourself. You've got that option. Older people in technology, folks.
I can't even tell you where the fucking mute button is on this.
Oh my god!
I've normally got my other headphones, and you're just like, you could press it, but I couldn't. Earbuds, mute button, couldn't tell you. But this guy, for me, power forward type of guy.
Yeah.
And we'll see. But as Dowdy says, these guys that are going to come in for Sweden are going to be absolute workhorses. They'll skate hard. They'll work hard. They'll get in the nitty place, the nitty gritty. They'll be dirty. They'll be in amongst about it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
There is a player we've missed out before this one, who's number 24. He is not on the Stars website. So whoever does the Stars website, get your finger out. Ben Soke, number 24. Ben Soke. What a name that is again, by the way, Soke.
Yeah.
But I think he is going to be a bit of a player from the Iowa Heartlanders in the ECHL. 58 games, 24 points. It's all right in your first year after college hockey. We spoke about it with Charlie and even Bo when Tony was on. That step up to ECHL from NCAA, CIS, whatever kind of college level you're at, U Sports, it is a different kettle of fish altogether. So yeah, good points. I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's a centre, so he might be our guy that's in between Bariga and Sonch, if that is going to be a line. But you
might find that, and they might put Reinhardt v Semyonovs.
Yeah, keep the speed line together.
Yeah.
So Ben Soke, another one that we need to get on the website. Get on.
Yeah. It's okay.
Another returner, number 37, Tom's Rutkiss. I'm glad Tom's is back.
So am I, but I'm surprised.
Yes, I thought him personally might have chose to go.
Correct. I thought he may have went back down south.
Yeah, but it's a new coach, so that might be the reason that he stuck it out that another year.
And at the end of the season, he started chipping in with crucial goals, and it showed, and he actually proved that he could find the net at elite league level.
Yeah.
He started chipping in, and I felt sorry for Tom's at times last season because he was this imaginary fourth line.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
He tended to be the guy that got left out at the time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did say, "Come on, I'm out of here." So I'm hoping that Jeff's managed to be the guy that's talked to him, told him what the expectations are, because when he came to us at that EPL level, he could score goals for fun.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
So no, I'm surprised he stuck around, considering the lack of ice time last year. But new coach, new challenge. Prove yourself to that coach. I'm happy. I'm really happy Tom's is back. And again, I'm going to apologise. I keep getting shit for it. I got shit for it from a friend on the phone last night when I was driving home from work in Glasgow.
You got a friend?
Yeah, just one.
Really? All right.
I've still not got a chant for him. So, viewers, listeners, come up with a chant, right?
For Tom's
we're no. I think someone put an ABBA one up, and I wasn't going for it. I wasn't singing. I think it was Super Trooper. I wasn't singing Super Trooper for Tom's Ruckus.
Come on, I'm going to be Junior. I'm going to be brutally honest here, right? See all the tunes, stuff like that, right? It's chants we need, no tunes, right? We're not the Clan fans that have got fucking ABBA songs for players, right?
We appreciated the thought that went behind it and the effort that went into getting stuff to rhyme. But I'm no sitting singing fucking ABBA.
Dancing Queen or something. Exactly. We get that in the bin. Soccer chants. That's what we need. Hooligan chants. That's what we like.
Apologies to the guy that posted it. He's going to be sitting here going, "I'm not fucking listening to they two again, dicks." To be honest, I didn't blame you, but honestly, I was just like, I'm reading it. Shannon thought it was brilliant. I was like, I'm not sitting singing fucking ABBA. I think it was Super Trooper, but
Shannon could sing.
Hi. So next up on the list, number 38, Carter Folk. There seems to be someone in the Star supporters chat that the group is absolutely thinking Carter Folk is going to absolutely leather everyone in the league, and he's going to score every goal, and he's going to save every goal as well. But Carter Folk, probably, I don't think he's a tough guy. Right, let's put that out there. He's not the tough guy. However, he will drop them when need to, and he could probably handle himself.
He's not a heavyweight.
No.
Right. We'll put that out there. He is not a heavyweight fighter. Right. He's not going to be fighting Mark Lewis, Matthew Gagnon, guys like that. He's not going to be fighting them unless he really, really has to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he will bring grit and toughness to the team.
Yeah. Yeah. You look at his penalty minutes. They are very high.
Yeah.
Very high. I'm just looking at some seasons. So juniors and then going to the WHL. 116, 107, 105, 103, back to 105. But then the last couple of years, they've went down again. Yeah. So, is it that he's maybe not wanting to fight as much, or is he trying to play the game a bit more, or has he found his role?
It's maybe as he gets older, it could be that his role changes, right? Mm-hmm. He was maybe at the WHL, he was maybe the big guy at WHL. He comes into the Elite League, he's not going to be the big guy at the Elite League. So his game has to evolve and change. He's not going to come in and do what Kyle did. No way. And I think, and I can understand what Jeff's saying, right? He'd rather see team toughness than individual toughness. Me personally, I would like to see team toughness, but I would have also liked to see the individual toughness, possibly for one. And if it wasn't going to be Kyle, it wasn't going to be anybody. Let's be honest. But people really need to realise Carter Folk is not coming in and doing Kyle Haas stuff. It's not going to happen.
No.
And he's a different. Okay, he's a forward, right? But he's got a different role to play.
Yeah. Let's bash through these last three quickly.
Yeah.
Returner. Can't wait for this.
Come on in.
Oh, Fabrizio Ricci.
Yeah.
Again, I am buzzing for Fab.
Again, toughness. Not a
someone
big guy.
that gets it.
He's somebody that gets it, right? He's somebody that'll play. He'll play for the logo on the front, not the name on the back. He'll give you 100%, but he's not going to come in and do Kyle Haas type of stuff. He never done that when he was here the first time.
No.
Right? If he's going, he's an agitator.
Yeah.
He's an absolute agitator, right? And if he's going to fight, he'll be fighting guys like Conley, Robert Dowd. He's going to be fighting these guys. He's not going to be fighting Matthew Gagnon, right? He's not going to be fighting Matt Lewis. But he understands it. He understands his role, and he plays it absolutely perfectly. And he does it at both ends of the ice.
Yeah. No, I'm absolutely buzzing for Fab being back. And hopefully we've got what have we done? You've done 8 ace, 9 ace, not ace. Hopefully maybe get a 7 ace night, because I think Fab will be up for another video and singing and guitar and saxophone. He absolutely loved that.
I could really see Fab rocking up and some 70s disco gear with a big frilly shirt and growing the hair out.
He loved it. He absolutely loved it. Extremely happy he's back. A new face for us, and well, not a new face because we saw him last season. I couldn't really remember him, to be honest. But number 88, Chris Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah, I
can't remember him, to be honest. He didn't stand out for me.
I think he never stood out because there was other guys at Guildford that scored a lot of points, and I think that's why he never stood out.
Yeah, you look at his stats for last season. Though, it was 34 points in 54 games. 13 goals, 21 assists. So it's all right. It's a decent point production for someone that wasn't on the first line. I can't really remember that much.
Yeah, because he wasn't the first line. What was it? They had Dunbar. Was it John Dunbar?
Yeah.
I can't remember what else
they had McNulty, Ferguson.
They had an unbelievable. Yes, they had an unbelievable first line. You probably find that Jerry played with Waters, somebody like that.
Yeah. Interesting to see what he does. Hopefully puts up a decent point production. And one of his old teammates coming with him, and a great signing for me, I think. Will bring nothing but absolute energy. Number 95, Mac Howlett. I'm looking forward to him. I'm really looking forward to him.
Yeah, so man, and he's a Brit, eh?
Yeah,
he's a Brit. He's a young Brit. And who will be wanting to really prove. I don't think he was at Glasgow, was he? Or when they were Braehead? He was
Braehead, Renfrewshire, North Lanarkshire, whatever they want to be called.
Yeah, I don't think he really got a chance.
No,
he got a chance, but I just didn't think the sort of he was used like a young Brit.
Yeah, but the energy that he's going to bring is going to be unreal.
I can see.
I think him and Garrigan will be.
Him and Garrigan will be a couple of dicks.
Yep, hope so. So.
And I mean that, and I mean that in the nicest way. There'll be an absolute couple of pains in the arse.
Yeah,
and that's what we need.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what we need. So that's what roster, Larzo, for next season.
We're winning the league. We're winning the league.
Takes us into a quick segment. Pre-season games. Belfast Giants away, then at home. It was only going to be Belfast, was it, with the Mason connection? It can only have been Belfast. I don't think we're going anywhere else.
Could have only been, really. For the first couple of games, it was going to be that. And so we've got a couple of others. Am I looking forward to it? Am I fuck? and you know what? If Belfast had not been gearing up for the CHL, I'd have been looking forward to it. But I'll tell you, they are going to be so pumped for this. Yeah, really. Even a pre-season game, because they need to get going right off the bat.
Yeah, well, you say they need to get pumped for it. They absolutely pumped Cardiff the other night.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. I'm expecting 2 wins. I'm expecting 2 wins. I'm expecting us to beat them in Belfast and then beat them at home again.
Right. Okay.
As we would say, a 4-point weekend.
Right. I'll be happy with it. I'll be happy with the home win. I'll be happy with the home win. It's going to be so difficult. We're coming together as a brand new team. We may be players short. I think we are. Their full roster is here. They've signed some top players. Like we thought JJ was a boy last year. Some of these boys are going to blow JJ out the water.
I know.
Honestly.
I know. But it's going to be a difficult weekend. I think we know that.
But listen, it's pre-season.
Yep, and the guy, you know what? It's a good thing as well. I actually said it to. I remember speaking to about it. It's going to be a good thing for the Stars that they're away to Belfast on the Saturday, or home to Belfast the Sunday. In their first weekend playing hockey in the UK, they then get to experience the ferry. They get to experience the bus journeys, the legs, and it's other than traveling down to Guildford on the Saturday and back, or Cardiff on the Saturday and back. Probably the worst away game you can get because you've got the ferry and you've got the buses. So it's welcome to the league sort of thing for me.
I'm also a wee bit happy as well that Belfast have got the CHL, because they need to play hard. They really do.
Yeah.
They kind of come in and use it as a pre-season game. They've to use it. They've got to get a mindset that this is a league game, and it means that we're under no illusion of what we're going to go through there. We're not going to get a pre-season Belfast Giants team. No. We're going to get a Belfast Giants team that are going to at full pelt every time, every shift, and it'll show these guys straight off the bat what it's going to be like, instead of thinking, "Oh, is this what it's like? Is this? This is a piece of piss." Because they're just gradually getting their feet together, and they're going to get hit hard straight away.
I don't mean this any disrespect to Jeff and the team, but there's every chance we can get pumped both games at the weekend. Absolutely pumped.
Yeah.
Because they've played 2 games already. They've had a couple of weeks pre-season training. We've only just started yesterday.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
We use it to get the shit out of the system, get the summer out of the way, and let's get going for, let's look at the pre-season games against away to Clan at home to Fife. Let's look at that game as the game where we really kick on and get the season started, and then your Challenge Cup games.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to being back, getting to see everyone again. Getting to shout some abuse at Scott Conway for being a poor man's Kevin Conway. Looking forward to it. Happy to be back.
I just can't wait to play Sheffield.
Oh, hockey friends! Oh.
But listen, I got him on the show. It's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, we were meant to have Mr. Dorowich as well, but mountain time and all that just kick things out a bit, does it? So we'll hope to get that.
Maybe freaked him out too much.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it freaked out a lot of
it. At least Dowdy's known us for a long, long time. Let's be honest.
I think we're all got a bit frightened by that. Listening back to it, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. But no, it was good. We've got a couple more set up, just to get dates organised with some ex-players, couple from last season. You know, I'm going to put this out here, Larzo. You've got a task to do.
What is this?
Let's get your boy on it. Let's get your other mate on here. John Dolan.
Easy.
Let's get him on. Might need subtitles, but let's get him
on.
I
was going to say that. We'll need to get subtitles, yeah. We could reach out to John.
We'll get John on because he loves a story.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, that's it. Episode 28, the first one of the new season done.
That's it.
Larzo.
We'll be back. Next time we do a podcast, we'll be speaking about games.
Yes, speaking about games. Speaking about
games that have just been and games coming forward.
Yeah, and people moaning on social media and us trying to stick up for boys again.
At least at this point, it's no Mo's fault, so we're okay.
I know, not yet anyway. But listen, again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Come and speak to it, the games and that at the weekend if you're there. Merchandise still available. T-shirts, hats, mugs, coasters, bucket hats, Larzo.
Bucket hats.
Bucket hats.
Bucket hats. Whatever people want. Yeah. Whatever people want, if they want it, give a shout and I'll reach it and see if we can get it done.
Yeah.
All we could do is ask if the person doing the merchandise could do it.
Yeah.
We'll see
so on that note, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you.
See you at the rink.
Sunday. I know. See you Sunday.
Cheers.